caramel. Mmm.
Tristan.
Oh, hi Shane.
Mate, it's been a few months. What's new?
Well, after we had those fitment problems, you know, getting the V12 into the Supra, I decided to try my hand at modelling.
Ooh, mate, no. We want to see you build a V12 Supra, not model a swimsuit bent over the front of one.
What? Not that kind of modelling, Shane. 3D modelling.
Oh, oh wow, that's a relief. What have you got?
Well, I've made a sump.
Ah.
Because you know how we couldn't put the V12 sump into the Supra, like we had to unbolt it just to get the engine in there, right?
Yeah.
So obviously we needed to create something new. I made a new sump.
Mate, that looks really good. Talk me through it.
What I've done is I've made it so the bottom half of it is like a 2JZ one. It even uses a 2JZ pan and it uses a 2JZ pickup tube and everything. It's like a 2JZ one. But then on the other side, it's like a V12. So I've sort of mushed those designs together to create one sump which bolts to the V12 and fits in the Supra.
Nice. Mate, only one question. Looks really good on screen here, but how do we know it's all going to fit and line up and everything?
Ah, I've got a solution for that too. Come and have a look.
Ooh.
Check it out, Shane.
Ooh.
It's a 3D printer.
It is. That looks really good. One question. It's a bit small for printing a sump.
Ah, yeah. So what we're going to have to do is print it out in a few different sections so that we can stick it all together at the end and see if it fits.
Magic. Oh, enough talking about it. Let's make this happen. What do we got to do?
Ah, now I've already prepared this here memory card with the drawing on it. So what we're going to do is stick it into the machine, then turn it on and just walk away. All right, how'd you go? Oh, wrong memory card. Crap. Okay, so it's 1 AM now. I'm so tired, I'm desperate to go to sleep, but this printer is just about to spit out the first of the sump pieces. Now this has been printing for almost 40 hours. To be honest, it's been a long week because all of these failed prints, we tried printing this so many times, there's so many pieces here, and this printer has jammed up because of this dodgy eBay filament that we got, which kept changing in size and jamming the printer up. So this is gonna be the first actual successful print we've done after a week of trying. I'm so excited. I think this is the last layer coming now. We'll just wait for it to spit out. Okay, let's see if we can get this thing off the bed. Now when these things are cold they just pop straight off, but no, I'm not waiting for this thing to cool down. I want it now. Now, this proved to be a really, really bad idea. Not only did I smash the glass bed of the printer, I also knocked the whole thing out of alignment. That's going to take a little bit more work to clean up, but you can see for the most part the shape we want is there. That is the front of the engine. Ready to go. Let's get on with printing the next piece, and hopefully within a few days we should have a complete sump. Whee! Hey Shane!
Tris!
Guess what?
Turbo time!
No, it's 3D printer time. It's been 3 days.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and the print was going to take 2 days and 14 hours, which means that thing is either done or it's created a massive mess of plastic all over the place.
Well, I want to see it in either case.
Yeah, me too. I tell you what, that does not look like a mess.
That is not a hot mess.
Is it? It's not hot. Want to pick it up?
Oh.
It's not even stuck.
Oh, it's not even stuck.
You see all these extra bits on it? Not in there in the drawing. They're like supports, right? So when it's printing, it can like, you know,
something to build on.
But you're meant to be able to just break them off. Like, do you want to snap one off?
Oh, that was too easy. I'm having the big boy in the middle. This is better than bubble wrap.
Oh, look, you've broken it.
Oh no.
It's ruined.
Well, we'll have to print another one. That won't take long. Oh, that's really cool. It only looks like peanut brittle. I don't think it actually is.
Yeah, definitely does not taste like peanut brittle. It tastes like brittle. I want to get this one on. Ow. No, I give up. This was meant to be easy.
Maybe you printed it too well.
That's how you were meant to do that one.
Oh well. I'll know for the next time we print one of these out.
Alright, one. So here's the 2 bits we printed out earlier. Let's see if the 3rd bit fits.
Well, looks good so far.
Mint. So the way this works is this is a JZ sump. This is what actually came out of the Supra. And you can see that the pan is the same pattern. So what we're going to do is literally take these parts off the Supra sump, transfer them across onto the V12 sump. All those holes should line up.
Yep.
And they do. And then this, boom, just like a JZ.
And you can see how it clears the steering rack and the subframe and everything there.
Yeah, exactly the same as this one did. But the thing that makes it different from the Supra sump is on the other side. It is the same pattern as the V12.
Brilliant.
Well, there's only one thing left to do, Shane. Bolt it on the car.
Yep. Best way to find out if it works.
Alright, so it's been a real trick to try and get this sump in there without dropping the whole frame out of the car, even though the sump is in 3 pieces. But what we've worked out is we've sort of lifted the engine up and we've dropped the frame down just a wee bit, and we've been able to put the steel pan in its spot first, and now we're going to feed each one of these plastic sump pieces one by one over the top and see if it all comes into an assembly without pulling everything out of the car. So far, I can still fit my fingers in there, it still fits.
Nice.
So we'll drop the engine and we'll know if it doesn't fit because there'll be a loud cracking noise as this plastic sump shatters into 1,000,000 pieces under the weight of a V12.
It'll sound like taking the support pieces off.
Yeah, exactly like that. If we hear that sound, it doesn't fit.
We've gone too far.
So this is the flange I've got for the oil pump bracket that's going to come down and secure the oil pump around here, so that's good. Over here where the pump feeds back into the engine, that's in a good position. There's nothing around here that's going to interfere.
Cool, so that fits.
Right, but before we go any further, what would you guys like to see us 3D print next? Let us know in the comments down below.
Right, well, now that we know this works, I mean, where do we go from here next? I mean, we can take what we've printed out and we can make a mold out of it, and then we could cast a new sump.
Right, and Toyota, they cast the aluminium sump that came on the motor, but casting just really suits high volume production, and we only want to make one, not 1,000. So we're going to use something a little bit more practical and a hell of a lot more shiny, like a grade 5083 billet of aluminium.
That is a shiny chunk of metal. I really like that.